Hello and happy days to you folks. I hope you guys are having just an amazing day today. One of the best you've ever had in your entire life. For you folks up and down the block. So today I wanted to do, so about 10 days ago, Alpha Planet Coaster 2 from the DLC called Sorcery Pack. And that sort of thing. They also had a bunch of updates. I'll be doing my review of that on next Wednesday. That sort of thing too, and then they added, as you can see there in that new section, a challenge mode too, as well as a lot of free updates to give this a bunch of more stuff. I made it to a much better place, and that sort of a thing too. So basically, I thought it would be fun. Now, typically what I do for most of my parts is after I do the career mode and has sort of learned the game, I do a sandbox where I do a fantasy, something I call fantasy. I basically divide that park into sub-parks that all make sense. Like the first one is I call it Lefay. That's about fairy creatures, and they'll have a high fantasy, city and urban fantasy, a science fantasy like that's like Star Wars, a traditional Gothic horror, fantasy, mythologies, and that sort of thing too. Right? I thought it would be fun. So I could do that and I've just picked up that. We also have some more stuff that just get added too, like cityscapes and Western themes and such. So we could definitely, or I could do a challenge mode. I just typically don't do one of those, and that sort of a thing too. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start off with a challenge mode, and then tomorrow I'm going to do fantasy. I'm not sure which of these two I want to do. Which of these two you'll want to do. I'm just going to put both out there. Whichever one you want, I'll continue to do for fun for this channel. Then I'll do the other ones just at night or something like that. Just to relax. Alright, so let's get started with the challenge mode. Alright, let's be in the park. Alright, I can choose any of the biomes here. That sort of a thing here. Now, one quick caveat. I'm not the best thing builder, right, and that sort of thing. I know lots of folks out there. I typically tend to use blueprints that have already been made, just as a heads up. Alright, so let's choose. I can choose tropical. That sounds like fun. Let's do temple. Other options are Mediterranean, if I move quickly, and then fire. But we'll do tropic, temperate. That sort of a thing too. For you folks. So let's get that started. Looks good. We're going to confirm the event location all up and down for you folks. Now we're going to do hard. When it has here the difficulty, because challenge mode should be hard, right? It's sort of a thing too. When it comes to the fiscal side of things, and management, I tend to be pretty good. It's just like when it comes to build coasters, decorating, that sort of thing, that tend to be more about that stuff, right? And or even rides, that are flat rides and that sort of thing too. All right, so we'll go ahead and choose difficulty. You can't choose medium. You can see starting cash, more demanding guests, tougher economy, and that sort of thing too. Singer, sunburn, all that stuff too. Now we're going to move from medium to hard. There's easy to do. Whoops, back up. And there's hard. You can see I got decreased starting cash, increased guest needs, sunburn, increased fair play for staff, all that stuff. Increased guest refunds, a lot of harder stuff there, right? So now let's get started. I wonder if can I change my park name? Let's see. Up here at the top. And then let's see if I can change my park name. Yeah. So we're going to take the park name, what they'll like here. And that's sort of the thing. I kind of like the idea of doing a park that's kind of based around the Appalachia, home of West Virginia, that I grew up at, and that's its initial name. West Vandalia is going to be called that as a state before the Revolutionary War, and that sort of thing. So there's actually still a Vandalia gathering in this area, in the region, and that sort of thing too. So I'm going to call it Vandalia Park. And Vandal there comes after the Queen of England was from the Vandal descendants. Vandalia Park. too much level with the one. Sorry about that. Vandalia Park. Yep. Alright, so we're going to choose that for you folks. Now let's get started. Alright, we're going to hit this pause button immediately. And then take a look around. Alright, so you can see that I got 3 challenges that I can do, and each of those challenges will get me to 2,000, and I can claim it. The first one of those is to build 2 new flat roads. The flat roads are pretty cheap, so I definitely want to do that. And then the next challenge mode is to get some research on. I can research tower flat rods for 2K, and then the park rating at 1.0. I'm currently at about 1. I'm very close. And each of those will give me 2,000. For you folks, so those are the ones that we'll be working on. Now, clearly, the one I'm going to be working on today is flat rod. We can definitely leave that on. I'm going to try to do these for about an hour a piece, and that's everything for you folks. And let's get started. All right, so let's start by just seeing what we got available. You can see I've only got 7,500. That's not a lot. Now I could take loans out to build up. I don't think that's really going to be as needed though here. When you build a couple of flat rides, you should be able to get that money in from a couple of those sorts of people, things that suck up people, and that sort of thing. And then, so let's get that. So let's zoom in here. I do have here a few of these park entrance, and there you can see the buses there in the back. For you folks, alrighty. So let's take a look at the rides that I can get flat out without doing any research at all. For you folks, and here we go. And so the first of these is the coasters. Just as a heads up, I'm not going to be building any coasters anytime soon. And that sort of thing too. So you can see there. So what's showing up there are the layouts. I'm going to have to create custom to see what coasters I have available. Just as a heads up. You know, a few coasters were added into this and should be right up front. The first of those was actually the pretty cheap Vector mini coaster. I'm sorry, Vector. That's the wooden mouse. Sorry, it's not that bad though. 7,600. Sorry, but it's the Vector Mark II. So that's good too. But it's very expensive coaster. Vector Limb Launch Family coaster tend to be pretty good at like getting people in and getting lots of money too, and getting lots of ratings, that sort of thing too. But we're looking, I think it's the kids coaster. That's the inverted suspended, and then the child coaster of the Vector style. That's the one you can see. It's very deep, 2,400. I should be able to build one of those later on, but to get that money after I start with the flat rides. And then you can see here we've got some floorless, and then we've got a couple more that we're at. And that the Automax water coaster, a couple of those. This one, the LSM Raid coaster, and the next one over from Automax 2 is also the ones that were added from this, so I can build them right from. And this is the bike and sidecar coaster, and then there's also a train one, and of the mining, and then there's also a wooden coaster too, the nice little woody, which is actually pretty cheap too. If you look at the cost, it shouldn't be that expensive. And then we've also got a City Peninsula wood, which is a little more pricey. And then we got a seat-down 6-seater. Then finally, up the front, alphabetically, we have an ultra spin coaster. Now, actually, the wooden mouses there at the bottom tend to be pretty cheap when you start to build them, and you have lots of turn. I kind of like those too. I think we might want to go there. It's 7,600 too. As you can see, I got 14 coasters for you folks. Let's go check out the flat rods. See what I got available. You can see I got 9 of these starting out right up front for you folks, and these are the quick custom. Sorry about that. Those are ones with design and stuff like that too, so they're gonna be a little more expensive. So here, that's actually got like a Viking upswing. And that's right here. So how many actual flat rods do I have available that I can build? I got 18. And those include some good ones at least. So here we have the buoyancy is very common. It's very cheap too. It's like just 2K, but it doesn't have the best excitement or fear or anything like that in the world. And then we have in front of that the 540. That's I think from one of the expansions that I picked up. And that actually not this one. And that's actually not pretty pricey, but it's actually not the best. It seems like it might be a nice ride. Fiscal. And that sort of thing too. And then I could build that. No, that's not bad. And also, we have, although you can see that the excitement in there is $295. Here is for this one was about, as you can see, about 30. And typically people are going, and that's a little less, but it's actually much cheaper. And then we have a traditional chair plane, which is about 4K. There actually is an amusement park in West Virginia called Camden Park, which is near me in Huntington. It's more of a family park. So that one it seems to be a good. The chair plane might be a good place to look at to bring in people. It seems because you put a lot of people probably on at one time. At about 4K, that's not bad. Let's see what else we got. Like the 540. And then we also have here a Coriolis. I think that was also from one of the recent, well, not this one. But from Sorcery, we do have a Flying Theater, which is next. Seems pretty exciting, actually. For 36, that might be something we might want to be interested in looking at. And then we have over here, the next one is also from that too. And this is the Guild Force, also about 3,400. A nice one too. And you can see there, it's also got some nice ratings for persons too. It might also be a nice place to put people. It also looks like a merry-go-round here. Yep, Grand Carousel. And then these are both of those are cheaper, but probably aren't bringing in the people or the money, and that sort of thing too. And then after that, we have the Hyper Spin, which tends to be pretty good. And then after that, you can see an Iron Claw. They're pretty good, getting in people and that sort of a thing too. Not the worst thing in the world at bringing in the folks. 3,300 is not the worst price out, and to get some money back pretty good. I can probably do 2 of those. And then I can't do 2 of that one because people go to the second one. But Monty Leon is available too. Not the best in the world, but it's probably not the worst either. I could also do a Pathos 3, which is another one too. It's also but that's very pricey. Although that's got good ratings, you can probably make some good money from it. And then after that, the Scissor here, which is a pretty common ride in a lot of parks. It's very cheap. And operate, I'm sure. It's about 3,500, so it'll take about half of my money for that. A little less, because I got 7,500. And then over here, I have a Stripe. And then you can see that over here, I've got, is that teacup set? A teacup ride? Not the most exciting ride in the world, but it's fun. And then also the Cube, the Upswing, which is also very expensive too, but it gives you lots of great, and it's also got tons of it makes people so sick, dude. You can see that nausea every reading. You'll probably have to do a lot of cleanup of that. And then the next one is the Upswing. It's not bad. The Nike ones, and that sort of a thing too. And it probably has a lot of people on too. And it's actually pretty cheap too. That's good. And then finally the Whirlpool. So you can check out and that sort of thing too. So let's figure out which ones I'm going to build and then build, and that sort of thing too. Now, one of the things again that I might want to do typically is just to look at the blueprints here. Some of these, kind of like was it Guild Force that it? For 3,400 for about a 3.4. Right, you probably bring in some good money from that and that sort of a thing too. And then you also have that. Also, another good one might be the bringing in tons of money, and then lots of people feeder too. Might be something like the chair swing. I'm sorry, chair plane. Or the even the uplift is probably pretty cheap. So and the upswing, I can probably build that pretty quickly because it's pretty cheap too. I'm sure it'd be pretty popular with folks. And then also the Is it the top spin? Is that the other one here? The iron column, sorry. Yeah. Might not be bad directions to go either. And so I know that the iron column tends to be very good, but it might not be as good at sucking up those folks and that sort of a thing too. So now I'm going to look for iron column blueprints, and then also blueprints for the gale force and for the upswing too. But if they're really pricey, I'll probably just go ahead and just build them with those. And that sort of thing too. So sometimes early on, I just have to build without giving you the full stuff. So here are my blueprints. So the Viking upswing is actually very expensive compared to our price, just as a heads up. And then also we have that's probably not going to happen. But then let's see what other ones we have here too. Yeah, we also have here unlock the mythology cube, and then probably another one of the mythology cubes in the front. Yeah, it's very expensive stuff. And then also you have a few different keycaps. That's the aquatic style teacups, probably a little pricey, as you can see, but you get the idea. And then also probably more teacups here. Yeah. Probably more teacups over here because they're pretty popular. And then more teacups. That's all the teacups. We'll eat a lot of teacups. And that's the aquatic one, if I remember correctly. It's the buoyancy. Yep. And then also probably a Viking teacups. So I got basically a Viking upswing, and then that's it. But the upswing here is like twice the loud. The regular one here at the early level, I'll probably just focus on just doing it over. That's sort of the thing. So we'll go ahead and get this thing started for you folks. Alrighty. And so we'll move off that and come back. So the first thing I want to do over here is to build up my folks, build up my like roads and that sort of a thing too. Alright. So let's get that started for you folks. Alright. I'm also going to need a drink of pop while I'm doing that. Alright, good stuff. Now, we're going to go over here to roads and get our build on here. I'm going to bring this in, and then we'll do things like bathroom. I could probably build that after starting my really cheap. So we're going to do that easily enough. Bathrooms and paths. That's everything too. Alright, so we're going to start with this and go to a 12 meter for your folks. Yeah, 12 meter. Push me enough for that. So now we'll just go ahead and go here. Get this thing done for you folks. Yeah. So what I want to do is just let's make this a nice open area. Open it in the front area, nice and nice. You have a few different options you can choose for that kind of thing. And that sort of a thing too, but I think that's good. A nice open flat area, and that sort of a thing too. That'll do the all in the box. Let's do it a little longer. That's good. That might be a little more. Zoom in here. I can put some rods and then in the open to get them moved out, that sort of a thing. Then after that to do some like decoration. location, so that's a good thing too. So that should be good. Over here, it would probably be a good place for me to put one in flat rods. Then see how that works. And then I can also, but before I do that, I want to toss in some scenery. Get like some stuff like bins, and that's what we're going to do. Which is this one. This is the one that's got like branches and bends. So we're going to knock that down right in. We'll start with the bends. Actually, let me go over here and specifically figure out which one of these is going to be parks. Then at least in the early section. That makes sense. The Viking bin, yeah. Wooden bin over here. That's the fairy tale bin. We got over here Western themed gym. So we got sorcery themed shit too. Here. That's a pirate themed too. Then mythology, yeah. The first one that just kind of feels like it's from. So let's go ahead and do the wooden one there. Again's not bad. Yeah. It's a little rustic, but that's fine. What's this one? So I think it's just one. It is. That's not bad either. We'll probably just do that one up beside him. That's resort for 2. Yeah, we'll do that one. So pretty good. That's not much of these. Then some benches too. Just to make sure that when we start to open up the park, they won't be like, hey, where is everybody going? That sort of thing too. Here, the front. Then benches. Put it in here. Now I'm on resort 2, so let me see if there's a resort 2 bench. They'll match those. Bench. That's a fairy tale bench. This is, let me see if there's a resort bench here. That's not bad. We can like that one. That's a pirate bench. Barrel bench. It's kind of fun. It's kind of barrel. Yeah, it's piratey, but it's fun. And then we also probably have some other stuff too. Resort. That's fairy tale fun. Let me just type in really quickly to see if there is a resort bench here too. Yep. And so we're going to grab the second of those. That's not bad. Toss out a bunch of these all up and down the block, and then we'll start building up the rides. And then after the first one, I'll go ahead and get it started with the play button. And then after that happens, I'll go ahead and start to brand that. first flower, or whatever. I like the upswing because it's cheap. I can probably build it up pretty fast. Or the chair swing might not be the worst thing in the world. Let's try this stuff from this set instead. That we're just now start that. This works for set. And that is one of these. The flying cedar at 3,600. This at 34. And that actually is better numbers than these at 3.45. Yeah, it's not, yeah, a little top. Toss it out there. That's good. I'm going. This is the game of forest for you folks. That's not, that's probably not a bad place. There's probably a better place. Yeah. So turn its front. That's all I do. I thought that was how you rotate it. It was the C button. That doesn't seem to be rotating. So right, so yeah, it does say on one that unfortunately to my cell phone, it actually is the C button. It's not working. So, let me get off this map. We'll do it. So let's see what that works. Alright, so I'll just go ahead and place it. It's not a bad place. Good. So here, we're going to put our entrance here. I like to put the entrance near the front and the exits near the entrance, these side of things. So the deeper they go, the more money they're going to spend, if that makes sense. The entrance will be here. The exit will be there. Probably want to put that a little closer. I feel like, That's good. Alrighty. Now we're going to connect the entrance to the back. For us here in the Guild Force, which going from Guild Force 3 to Guild Force. It's weird. It's got a weird number that's not 1, or just a base number. Guild Force 2, Guild or something like that. And while I'm doing that, I'll go ahead and test it. And then after that, we will place it. We'll start with a cube. This thing good to go and up and running. And it looks like I think a good queue here will probably be just coming out here. Just a little bit from flat and then coming around. Maybe a little more. That's probably it. And then this probably doesn't want to be the biggest number of people here in the front, like maybe because it's not a huge number. It doesn't seem like it's a big people leader. That sort of thing too. So I probably don't want to be wasting people's time and make that huge big. Just enough to have them interested, right? Which should be fine. So we'll just do a little bit here. Yeah, since it's still a hole, right, it still probably could be a little closer to the path. Because it's not out in the base queue here. So I'll try and make it work. That's weird. Alright, try that again. See if that works. I'm sure we'll go on to probably put it here. I'm sure I'll probably be able to put it here. That's right. And then we'll connect that to time here. And this time, just do it like this. Nice and easily, just a little bit of path, not that much, enough to get them here and interest and that's it. Not the worst. That should be good right here. Right. That's good. Give this an exit real quick. That's big. Way too big. Good. Yeah. And then after that, I have put that in the way of some benches and some bits. Obviously, we'll go ahead and hit the pause button. I also got to add some power to it, and then we'll go ahead and take this over here, move that over. That's select the path. I want to select the option. Sorry. Those down here. Let's build a power facility and get this inside of it. All open in a box. Thanks. In the facility section, if I'm going to work correctly. Pop. Utilities. Power. Let's do that. possible power generator. So this should be like next to a staff path. So we're going to put that here somewhere. That's still not rotating. Not rotating. Put that there. Then we'll just toss down a power distributor to this is the thing that actually distributes power. Right here. Flip. Alright. So now we gotta connect. That's good. Also while I'm here, I'll go ahead and connect that to this power plate. Okay. So now I'm almost at the price of at the next thing that I want, like the X20 or the chair plane. So let's go ahead and just get this started. Let's make sure that this park is open. So yeah, it's open. And then how are we editing ticket price? So this is free. So that's going to be from this thing. So let's check it out. Make sure that we're making that money. Oh, that's not a bad price. Let me see what that happens. So that it might be like $45 is a lot of money for one. Let me see how much it would be for like the bargain side. And dynamic premium and bargain. So bargain is like also the same price. That's weird. All right, let's go ahead and do it. So now we'll go ahead and open that up, and then open the park up. Actually, it works with park right now. So let's go ahead and open that up to and of course, it's actually a pretty good name. Let me take a look at the how the design is and how it seems. We're actually going to open that up. And then hit the play button. And let it start. Get the money start to roll. Is there a ride for this? Let's see what there is. And I might come up with a different name. I think I'll push this endorsing for I've never seen in operation. So here it is. Right, we got some people that are going this path. That's good. Come here. there we go. Nice fun ride. It's one thing too that I've never ridden in real life or actually had. I was thinking about flying fun times. I might not be able to fly a ride, but that might be something I might want to design a key for the flying theater. I think flying fun times would be fun. Or also fantasy flying would be good too. But let's do fantasy. Let's do flying fun times. I think it's. I'm gonna spell fun times. How are we doing on money? We've already made a couple $100 in one round. So what else do we have? You could add it down there for you. Again, it's not the biggest variety eater, but it does make you some good money. Like that kind of, even at a bargain price, that's a big money. Alright, so while we're doing that, let's go ahead and build the next flat ride for you folks. Now actually, don't have enough money if you recall from not even the teacups. And so I could do upswing. It's actually pretty cheap if you recall. And I do like it. I think it's $190. It's down here. I think it was 2K. 21. It's not the worst excitement I was, but it's not much of it. It's probably going to be a better people eater than that is. But let me check out the chairs. Yeah, I just don't have the cash for that. So we'll do the upswings. I could do teacups or something like that weird. Yeah, we'll just do the upswing. Which I should be able to pretty easily do. Pause it right here. This is going to be more of a people eater. It's not bad. Move a little farther back. Yeah, it's fine. And then the entrance here. Excellent. Should yeah, I like it. Connect that over here. Actually, that's not this is going to be a very fun yeah, it's too much. Hopefully Julie can walk this time. It does. Awesome. Do that a couple more times and we should be good to go. With the path key here. Good to go. Well, as you can see, there's a bench right there. And we'll come down and I'll just pop it over here. I don't want to be coming in there and then having to have people get bored. I do think it's a good place for that. So we'll just come in here. And then probably, I could just put it over to this side. Let's just go over here. Maybe not the biggest thing. Maybe here. Be good. Just pop it over. We're done. With the get those people over there. Well, the rain would also. that is done, we'll just go ahead and toss our just pathing tool super fast over here. That's good. That says I'm trying to get cubes out of that. Yeah, I was. Bad cube. Can't put a cube there. And that for my eye, which you showed. So we're going to go ahead and put this around. Then, after that, just check in with a couple more, patches and such to after with this time. So let's check the price. I can go start. Therefore, the upswing is going to be. It's a price of 2.16. It's pretty good. Maybe make that up higher. Maybe power shape. Yeah, it's good. Oh, it's some pirate stuff. Deep. And decor and stuff too. Our first general range is done. We got 2 of those and running. I will claim that award, you can another 2K. And this is the next one. So the next one is the research that we were already expecting, the park rating, which we already knew about, and that's it for now. I figured it was middle. So that was another one. That's another one. Alright, so just pop over here. Put a couple of those fun things here. Bends, should be good. There, and then after that, it's a decoration. And it makes it feel like a pirate ship. Pirate decor we have just really fast. So we got some stuff. Seems like it's the more fun. That just makes more money. Where it has all this over here. Actually, I like that. The anchor right here. Yep. The anchor's nice. You can't attach scenery, by the way, to shop to actually to things. It's nice if you want to. This is over here. Turn liners, so I'm twist them around. So let's let it backwards. I'm just going to type it backwards. Right here into the search function. So it seems like we got probably pirate torches. Pirate bamboo torches. Nice. For the lights, we'll toss those in here. on loop. I guess it's, well, that's probably just for radio lights. That's fine. And then also, what else? Back in the decor section. That's all hard scenario. Well, I'm trying to do scenario decor, the same thing you. They are to me too. Here, clearing shots. Nice. There's probably some cash in there too. That's actually free. What do we have over here? It's a statue. Do we have? Here we've got a nice little crane. That's a nice over here. Put that here. It's nice. Also have and the part I think it's rocks. Got some. We got a ship. That's nice. Some treasure. Crest. How much? Well, how big is this ship? That's very big. Let's see how small it can be. That's very. That's not that big. Yeah, it's that. I don't have the space for it here. It's not. Well, it's just a little. That's a little more. Yeah, that's nice. Opening and closing. Entering It's going crossbow. It's actually a power. Is that a particle? It's a rock skull. Yeah, ooh, that's pretty good. So let's see what I got some. What else I got here too? Some nice decor as well. That's a sealed canopy. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's definitely something I want to do. Put that down there. That's what I was looking at, canopy. So we'll get some benches here. Well, an apart sign is the worst thing in the world either. That's nice too. You're gonna want parts on the one skull, and that's definitely be the parts on. That's pretty obvious. I mean, I have that thing. So I can do that. Looks like what was really different. While I'm here, I'm sure this is going to annoy, but also this segment too, in case some weird stuff happens. So you never know. While that's working, and the next thing I want to do is to do a couple of things very fast. So I do want to build a couple, since I'm now making money, I definitely want to build a bathroom an info shop if they've been unlocked. And then they should be available. There's also a staff room available. It's telling me that too. And then also maybe hire some staff, like maybe a janitor, and maybe also a worm for them to start doing research into. Gas facilities, not mine. So up here, if I remember, that's staff. It's over here. Shops and such. Services. So we're going to do this bathroom right here. Isn't nice? Let's change the rooms up, but I don't want to do that. Just a normal bathroom right here. It says one of those things online says it's the ZQ. So yeah, that's it. It's the ZQ. For rotations of the objects. I think right there's probably a nice place for the bathroom. Although it's right there in the middle of the place I probably want to decorate. So I'm not going to do that here. Instead, or maybe on the other side of stuff. That's fine. I'll do it here. I think the more central place is probably the place for shops. Although I think you're probably here is probably a better place. That's right. Yeah. Toilets there, and then an info station here. These are the stations we need to get in. Go ahead and grab this. This is going to be making, so it's going to have here at the guest services. We'll have here some stuff like sun cream rather. Sorry, bed temperature. Where it is my phone, if you remember correctly, umbrellas, passes, umbrella, you can see that stuff. So you can check it out. At the entrance in case I got more. That's missing. In case I got more happening in the room. Alright. Then also, after that, some more. Inserting here. Over here, we're well staffed. 5 of them. Staff over here. Each of I don't know what just a mechanic for the repairs. And also the research was not doing that too. Then I'm not a vendor, sorry. It's simple. I think that's the better. Let's come over here, and let's connect over here. Over here in a staff path. figure out what's best first. Right there's fine. I don't want to be too close to my stuff because I'm probably going to be annoyed. That will always be there. It's quite a bit of walls. And also the reach for it. So let's go in the path there. Or the cube. Get the staff. Have this. That's right. Maybe a little bit more because this is going to have to touch your staff. And that base is 4, 6. That's good. For them to do service on. Also, a staff room. Also check here. I think about I did that. Staff room, and then also a research room too. Work from this up for my staff. Instead of my people. Be this one right here. That's a small facility, so let me see if I have a bigger one for the staff. That's a medium. That medium is probably fine for now. I could go bigger, but if I need to. This is right by the opening too. How much is a bigger one? It's about, well, that's a lot of money. Right now, 1,500. This early on, that's a lot of money. How much is this medium one? 750. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a big difference. Really, that kind of work right now. So we're going to do a medium. That's going to come on. Yeah, that's what he's asking for. Then I'll the workstation should be the one. That's what people do to get that work to do our research. 2. Alright. So there we go. What the hell am I? Another challenge there, or what is the research telephone signs, and then looks like we also got a little uploading. We have the new for that one pull and one change. That's fine. We're probably about time to get that stuff all up and down the box for us. Again, tomorrow I'm going to be recording my fantasy land instead. In the workshop. I'm sorry, not the workshop. So you can check out that if you're interested in that. For you folks, enjoy much. Ready? And then you'll tell me which one you want them to do. Really casually. Right? And have that fun? Or it's folks. Alrighty, and there you are. I hope you guys really, enjoyed this Let's Play over on Planet Coaster 2. Right after the release of the new DLC that I picked up for you folks. Let me know what your thoughts are. I'm happy to sort of engage you with it further in the comments below, whatever your thoughts are. And if you want me to do, if you like the challenge one on the Harlow, or if you just prefer, more like Sandbox, although I will turn the finances on. It's not going to be no money, right? And that sort of thing too. So there'll be a reason to play. That sort of thing too. This or fantasy. your choice. Right? And just let me know what your thoughts are, and I'm happy to sort of engage you with it. And that sort of thing too. And there we are. I want to thank you so very, very much for taking some time out of your day and investing in watching my videos, right? Because we all have so many of these things that are happening to us. And we're pulled in so many different directions too, right? So if you spent this time with me, that's incredibly humbling. And I appreciate that so very, very much. So thanks again, and have an amazing day.